Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gerald Mukiri, and with me here is my co-worker, Moine Chinedza. So we'll be going through the Vlookup function. I've brought her so that she can be asking questions that probably you might be having as we'll be going through this demonstration. So I have two tables with me. There's one table which has name, address, but it has no other information. Then we want to demonstrate how we can use the Vlookup function to fish out the names from this table to this table. Here it's only that we have all the information contained, but it could happen that we'll be having maybe a million, let me say a million names or a large sample that of data, where you'd want to pick out where you can find the address for John, the address for Peter, the address for Kundai, Jaden, Delight, Brighton. So you could be having maybe just two entries here. There's a John and Peter, and you want to find them in a large set of data, and you don't have time to be picking one by one the information that you need. So how you go about it is you go into this cell B, then you place an equal sign. After you place the equal sign, you place the V, look up. The name of the formula, the VLOOKUP, is a vertical lookup. You're looking up vertically. So you'll be looking up information that will be in this cell, is it? So you'll be doing it vertically. There's another function called HLOOKUP, which performs an almost similar function. So how we're going to do it, we do VLOOKUP, then we select the value that we want to look for. In this case, we want to look for the value John, is it? So we select John. Here, let me just do it in such a way, this data is formatted as a table. So I'm just going to write it A2. So this is cell A2 that we are looking for. Then we press comma. Then after we press comma, we go to this table. This is where we want to look for our information. We can go to this value, then we select the value here. This is the whole table from where we want to look for our information, is it? Then after we select the table, then we press comma. It could happen that the table where you want to look for information is probably a table that is ranging from L, M, N, O, P, Q, is it? But the information that you're looking for, you now need to select the column number for the table where you want to derive the information from. In this case, you have L and M, which means that this table from where we want to get our information has only two columns. So it's the second column where we will find the addresses. So that's why you put 2, which represent this second column of the table that we're looking for information. Then you press a comma. When you press a comma, then there are two options, true and false. False is for exact match. So if you want to, you press false, or alternatively 0 also represents false. So you can also use 0. Then you put a closing bracket here. After you put a closing bracket, you see that for John, information will reflect here, and for all other people, the addresses will also start to show, is it? So basically, that's how you use the VLOOKUP function. Say maybe there is additional data, maybe the profession of the person, is it? The profession. Maybe John is an accountant, is it? John is an accountant. Peter is an engineer. Is an engineer. Then Gerald maybe is a tax officer. Then Kundai is a what? Nurse. Nurse. Kundai is a nurse. Then Jaden, what other profession can we give Jaden? Teacher. Then Delight. It's okay. receptionist, next, then Brighton, a lawyer, then George may be musician. That's okay. So this is what we have here. We now have profession included in the information that we want. So what I'm just going to do here, I'm just going to, so that it's just one table. So after I do this, yes, it will reflect tables here, but I go here, I just click fill formatting only, so it will just translate the format only. So if I want to demonstrate now on this table, the information for the profession of the person, here we can go here and select Vlookup. What do you want to look for? We want to look for John, is it? So here, because it's a table, that's why it gave that reflection of that selection of name. But because I want it to it will give us A2, then A2, you then go to this whole table, you select this whole table up to that point, and
we
then
cannot select these columns.
We can also select those columns if we wish to do that. It's also possible. You can select the whole table.
Doesn't affect our information.
It doesn't affect our information. Then you click comma. Then now you see that we have N being the third column for the table that we have. And that's where we have data for the profession. That's where we want to get data for the profession. So you will click 3 because that's the column from which we want to get our information. Then we press another comma. Here we can use 0, or we can click on false so that it will give us false. Then we click enter. This information is what it is showing. It's showing what do you call it? It's reflecting automatically on this information, but as you can see, the table will be moving now. It's moving as we are, as it is going down. So we can have a challenge. Let me swap these names. We can have a challenge if we say have Brighton here. Then we have John here. John. You see that John, it will reflect errors here. Reason being, our table is moving. If you can see, when I click here, the table is moved down when when we were dragging down this information, because it filled automatically, but the table was moving, is it? So what's essential in order for this table not to move so that it captures all the information that we need? We go into this cell. Then for this table, which we're using as a reference, which is from L1 to L to N9, we go and we put a $ before and after L.
What's a fixed $?
That $, it fixes the cells of reference.
So that they don't move.
So that they don't move. You see that after I do that, John will start to reflect correctly. So here I put another $, then I click. You see that John's information is now reflecting. The reason why this table is continued, has been maintained by this $. They have acted like balls to fix the table so that it doesn't move. Is it? So we can come back here and do the same. Yes. So here it's only that when you did our first example, we only had columns L and M, but we can even put N here so that it selects the whole table. Then alternatively, you can use the function F4. If you press F4, it will give you those $. But if you cannot use F4, you can even do it manually by using the function.
So we highlight, then press function.
Yes.
Then F4.
Yes. So when you press enter, you see that all the information will start to reflect correctly now. So do you have any questions, Moina?
No, that's easy. I think this is still the basics.
Yeah, this is the basics. Yeah, but I think maybe for today's lesson, we can close off here for VLOOKUP. Maybe next lesson will teach you tricks on how you can actually manipulate other entries, the other tricks that you can use to use a VLOOKUP formula more effectively. So I think
a wider selection of
yes, at times where where you don't want to be putting in a formula for every cell, both sideways. Like if you see when we're doing for the address column, we had to manually input a formula there.
Yes.
Then for I, we had to do another separate formula again. But we can construct it in such a way that we don't need to put two formulas. If we just put one formula in this cell, we can drag it to all other cells that we would want it to appear in.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll close off our lesson for today. Thank you for your time. It's much appreciated.
Bye.
Bye.